In today's video, we're going to try out the Cavarus system. Now, we're going to play it the way that I like to play it, which includes the D'Alembert style system. Now, the original version is supposed to be a flat betting system. Anybody that knows the channel well knows that I'm not really a fan of flat betting. We're going to add a D'Alembert style to it. I'll explain exactly what I'm talking about as we go along. So, I've got the bet saved. Now, the Cavarus system sets up bets in a way where it covers sections of the wheel, and you also have numbers that pay more than others. So, with a lot of systems, no matter what winning number hits, you're going to win the same amount. Not the case for the Cavarus system. Let me get the stats open and we'll get ready. I've got the bet saved, so next spin I can get straight back on. Because I'm playing a D'Alembert system, which means that I'm going to increase my bets after a loser by a unit, I'm starting off a bit smaller because I think it's 46% probability of losing. So basically a 50% chance of losing. So it could get out of hand if we hit a lot of losers. It's a $40 starting bet. Let me show you the how it's set up. So you've got $5 on 0, 1, 2, and 3. Then you've got 8, 11, 13, 14, 15, 18, 17, 20, and 27, 30 that all have $5 on them. Then you've got $10 on the final 6 line. Okay, this gives us, from memory, I think it's 54% of the board covered. So you don't have a lot of numbers. Now you really want to hit those splits. They're the big money, and that is one. Got us off to a great start. $50 profit straight away. Now, it's not exactly a D'Alembert system because I'm not reducing on a win. For anybody that I say this, I don't say it that much anymore because I haven't played the D'Alembert for a while, but the D'Alembert system, you should never start on the lowest bet because if you can't decrease your bets, it's not a D'Alembert system. Anyway, this is the Cavarus system with a D'Alembert, oh my goodness, speak, a D'Alembert element added to it. Just thrown it straight into another nice winner for us. So those splits are fantastic. We're on a $100 profit after 2 spins. I'm just going to repeat the bet. Because what we're going to do, if this loses, we're going to add a unit. So it's going to be an $80 bet. If that loses, we're going to add another unit. So it's going to be a $120 bet. Remember, each base bet is $40. Now, with a 46% probability of losing, we can easily hit 4, 5, 6 losers in a row. That's why it's not a martingale. I'm not doubling up. I'm just adding a unit each time. And then, oh, 7. Well, that's a winner, actually. So it's not as much. So that's a $40 bet. Return 60. So that's just a $20 profit, but it's still a win. That's in that section. If we just go to the numbers for you. Move this out of the way. So you see 34 right there, next to 17, which is one of our winners. Good winners. 34 was still a winner. 17, that split is the best winner. What was I trying to explain? Oh yeah. So depending on where we get to after a win, after we've increased our bets, then we'll decide when to reduce them back down. So here we go. You're going to repeat the bet and add a unit. So we are now on a $80 bet. If this loses, we've given all our profit straight back. If it wins, I'm going to have to make a strategic, sensible decision. So my all-time profit was $120. Depending on what lands, if it wins, I might get back up there. I mean, if I hit a split, I'll definitely get back up there. If I hit that 6 line, I'll be there or thereabouts and reset. That's fantastic. We're going to shoot into profit now. There you go. That was a $100 profit. So we're back at 180. Reset. Go back down to that $40 bet. So if I lost, I wasn't doubling from 80 to 160. I was adding a unit. I was going 80 to 120. And if you really want to play this based on your risk tolerance, I've been saying this in quite a few videos recently. you don't need a die-hard reset level. Like if your bets are $120 and you're $10 away from your session profit target or whatever you're after, consider just resetting. Because if you lose, you had another $40. If you lose, you had another $40. That's actually another winner. We are getting very lucky. We were due a bit of luck with this series because the first 5 or 6, terrible luck. This one we're doing much better for now. And obviously, what we played the Labouchere last time, we got on the lucky side, made $100 profit there. So 5 wins, 1 loss. Based on the probabilities, we should be winning more than we lose. In 30 spins, we should be winning about 16, maybe 17. But that doesn't tell the whole story. 28 is a loser. Because you've got some numbers that pay more than others, let me just get this bet on and add a unit. So obviously my stats could say won 6, lost 2. But if I've won on these numbers, for example, 0, 1, 2, and 3, they're nowhere near as good as winning on 8 and 11. So just these stats aren't going to tell the true story. Just bear that in mind. Zero's a winner. So are we going to reset here? Let's have a think. So my all-time profit was 230. We're on 200. I am going to reset. I'm going to reset. $40. There's an argument to be made that I could stick on that $80 bet because I'm not at session profit. I don't want to be that die-hard about it. I don't want to say, I'm not back at 230, I'm staying on $80 bets, because it loses, goes to 120. Loses again, goes to 160. Quite happy just being back at a $40 bet. If I win this, great. I'm not going to say, oh, I should have been on an $80 bet. The people that have the mindset of, oh, I should have, or I could have won more, they're normally the people that end up losing it all because they think they're invincible. You got to appreciate that you are going to lose some spins. So there, again, I could have left it, won a bit more money. I didn't. It's not an issue. Don't need to put myself under any unnecessary stress, big $80 bets. When I've only got, like I said, I've only got 54% of the board covered here. Because the stats are 7-2, I'm expecting a streak of bad luck at some point. So there's our loser. Let's repeat the bet and get a unit on. So how many splits do we have exactly? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 10 numbers that are our big jackpot numbers. Then obviously these 6 numbers are also good. They win a reasonable amount. And then you've got these 4 numbers here. So you've got 10 plus 6 plus 4. You've got 20 numbers out of the 37 covered. But like I said, it's those splits that you want to hit. It's those splits that bring home the money. Okay, we've hit 2 losers in a row. We're not martingaling, we're just d'Alemberting. When what I mean by that, some people might call it something different, is we're just adding a unit. Okay? Base bet is $40. Going up $40 every time we lose. Now, what I might do here, if I hit a winner, I might not fully reset. I might go back to 80, so I might take off a unit. That's more of a D'Alembert style way of playing. I need to hit a winner before I make that decision. So we're now in the red. We've hit 3 losers in a row and we've got big bets and we're in the red. So let's repeat that bet and get another unit on. Just zoom into those stats for you. So yeah, all these losers in a row, not good. With this system, we would rather have win 1, lose 1, win 1, lose 1, because obviously we're adding a unit after a loss. And then if we hit a winner, great. Here we've just gone loser, loser, loser. So we've gone 40, 80, 120, 160. We've hit one. Are we going to shoot back into profit? 165. So I'm going to take off 2 unit. No, I'm going to take off 1 unit. And we'll go back to that 120 bet. So I was at 205. I'm now back at 165. So I haven't fully recouped. 65. I'm $75 away from where I previously was, which is quite a lot. Maybe a sensible way would be to take 2 units off and come back down to 80. We'll see if I pay the price for that in a minute. Yeah, I did. So now I'm going to have to go back up to 160. Let's repeat that and add a unit. Yeah, maybe a more sensible way of playing that would have been to go to an $80 bet rather than a 120 bet. But like I said, if you're playing this, play it with your risk tolerance. And I'm starting to become an advocate for not being completely strict with take profit targets. Just be sensible. There'll be people in the comment section saying that wasn't sensible, going from 160 to 120. Should have gone down further, potentially. But if I'd have won, I'd have looked like a genius. Okay, we lost that. Now we're $115 down, and we're at a $200 bet. So we repeat this, and we go back to a $200 bet. Our probabilities are basically playing out exactly. 8 wins, 7 losses. I am expecting to win more than I lose. The problem is, when all of the losers come at once, we struggle. And some of those winners are the low winners, like that 0, 1, 2, and 3. They are winners, but they don't pay that much. Not good. That's not the section of the wheel that we're after. So we repeat the bet and get another $40 on. Here we go. Look, it's getting away from us now. $240. Let's look at those numbers. So that's a loser. That's a loser. That's a loser. That was a winner. Loser, loser, loser. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spins. Only 1 winner. And this is what happens when that goes on. So this one doesn't like streaks. This one wants a win 1, lose 1, win 1, lose 1. We've missed that as well, guys. Let's repeat the bet and get another unit on. If we miss this, we're going to have to only put $160 on the table. Because that's all I've got left. Got off to a fantastic start. Got off to too good of a start. That was the problem. Ah, come on, it lost. 0 and 3 are both winners. Right, we're going to have to do that $160 bet and see if we can get any of this back. Horrific. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spins. That's our only winner. Hopefully we win this. See how quick that turned around. That is a partial winner. Well, it is a winner. $160 bet, returns 240. I'm not going to reduce this bet. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to sort of freestyle here, is just add those 2 units on. And the reason why I'm doing that It's because technically speaking, I should have been at a $280 bet anyway. I just didn't have the money. Now I've got the money. I've got it on the table. I do with one of those splits hitting. We've hit one. Okay, it might go down a unit now. So we've got a balance of 545. What was our last bet? 240. I'll put 200 on. Yeah, so I went down a unit. I can't reset when I'm $455 down. But I should reduce my bets after a win. Could do with another split. That'd be nice. 29's a loser. I like 29 as well when I play by myself. Right, repeat and get another unit on. It's make or break, guys. We've lost 11, won 10. Our bad luck continues. I thought that Labouchere broke the bad luck, but the way things are going. So those stats by itself, win 10, lose 11, on a 54% probability of winning, don't sound that bad. It's when you hit that streak. You need them to alternate wins and losses. Okay, we're still in the game. $240 bet. Returns 540. So I'm going to go to a 160 bet, I think. Just reduce by how many units was that? 2 or 3? Maybe I should have another unit on. Like I said at the start of the video, I'm sort of freestyling here with the Cavera system. I don't like it being a flat betting system. But it does need a D'Alembert, but not a complete D'Alembert. So you need to increase after a loser, which I'm doing. 31's a winner. We're clawing it back. Just going to drop it by a unit. That was 160. Let's go back to a 120 bet. Potentially the previous spin should have been a little bit more money. I think I might have dropped it too much. What are we on here? We're on 23 spins. $15's a winner. Okay. $125. We're still down. We're going to put this down to an $80 bet now. Yeah, so that one that I won, that's 17. If I hadn't have dropped it that much, then these other winners would have been bigger, wouldn't they? Anyway, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Let's not be the guy that says I should have done this, I should have done that. It's been and gone now. 36 is a winner. So I am on an $80 bet. I'm not going to put this back down to base because I am still $85 down. And I don't really want to finish in the negative. So I'm going to leave it at an $80 bet. That's been a nice recovery, to be honest. But quite a lot of winners there. 1, 2, 3, 4 winners. Obviously, I was reducing my bets as we went along. So I was winning less, but take any wins, especially when you're $800 down. 25 is a loser, right next to 17, which is a winner. Okay, let's repeat the bet and get the base unit on. Let's go into these stats. So win 14, lose 12, 26. We've got 4 more spins. Can we get into the green? Come on, if we hit another split, we might be in the green. And now with those probabilities, 14 to 12 is about what I was expecting. It's just because they came in streaks. Oh, that 29 keeps on coming. And every time 29 lands, I think I've won because I would normally bet this. Right, let's repeat the bet. Get another one on. 14 wins, 13 losses. What did I say at the start of the video? I think I'm after, for this truly to play out, is 16 wins, 14 losses. But obviously, I want to be hitting those wins on the bigger bets. We like that. 11's good. We're $85 down. What was I at? I was at a $160 bet. I'll bring it down 1 unit. So we're now at a $120 bet. 2 spins left. Another split will be in the profit and we can reset. So guys, if you're playing the Cavalry system, obviously you reset and increase as much as you like. This is how I play it. I'm sort of speaking out loud as I've played. 10's not good. Right, last spin. We go up a unit. Hopefully we can hit a nice one. Let's go into those stats for us. So I said I was hoping for 16 winners, 14 losers. So for that to actually play out, we need this one to win. I don't think we're going to be in a profit, even if it does win, to be honest. It's just because it came at streaks, that was the issue. Like I said, if you win one, lose one. With the D'Alembert style, increasing a unit as you lose, you'll do okay. Oh, we won. Nice. After all that, we're $5 down, guys. The true probabilities played out, and we're $5 down. Like I said, because of the streaks, if those true probabilities played out a different way, then I think we'd have been in the money. But let me know what you think of the Cavalry system. Let me know how you play this. Do you play it as a flat betting system? Do you play it as a D'Alembert style system? I found it quite funny that after 30 spins with $5 down. Thanks very much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.